Hello, everyone. We are back, and this week we are learning about text structures. All right. So, we know from class that there are 5 types of text structures. Today, we're going to review 3 of them. Okay, here we go. First things first, what is a text structure? We know text structures are in nonfiction text. Last week, you were focusing on theme, and that was with fiction text. Remember, fiction is fake. Fiction, if you climb up the ladder, goes story element, theme. We're on the nonfiction side. Nonfiction is real. We're following that ladder up. With nonfiction, you have text structures and then main idea. So right now we're focusing on text structure and how the author organizes the information. So if you understand how the author organizes the information, you understand what you're reading a lot better. Okay? And authors who use text structures, they are helping you. They're saying, here, let's put this text in this structured way so our readers can understand it better. All right, so let's go. Today we're going to use 5 soccer passages. We're going to only focus on 3 today. We're going to do the last 2 in lesson 2. And we're going to jump in with some practice. So remember, as I am videoing, you are thinking about 3 things you're learning from this video. Okay, I'd love to see 3 things you're learning. 1 thing you're learning about description, 1 thing you're learning about what are in sequence, and then what's our last one that we're learning about today? Description, sequence, and why am I blanking? Chronological. Let me jump to it because that's going to drive me crazy. Compare and contrast. I love that one. So we're doing description, sequence, and compare and contrast. Okay? So here we go. You need to have 3 facts, so be listening. So description. If you have worked with me at all, you know that when I think of description, I put my fist in the air and I say description is full of fact, 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 right? Or who, what, where, when, why, and how. Okay, you have your topic, and then you have all the facts. Description, fact, 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 or who, what, where, when, why, and how. And if you look at the screen, you see the topic goes in the middle. That's my fist. And then all of these are my fingers that pop up describing that topic. Okay? And sometimes a topic can be more in depth in each paragraph. So paragraph 1 could be about one part of that topic, where paragraph 2 could be talking about a different part of that topic, and then paragraph 3 and so on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read you the first paragraph of this passage, but I'm going to just have you pause the video, and I'm trusting you on this. I just want you to pause it, and I want you to continue reading. Promise me you're going to read the rest of it. So this is a description passage, okay? I'm going to read the first part. You are going to finish it. When I'm done reading the first part, pause the video. So we're up here. Soccer is one of the most popular sports in the world. Millions of people play soccer. So first thing you're thinking about is, if this is description, what is the topic? That seems pretty easy on this one, right? The topic is probably soccer. Okay, pause the video here and keep reading. Okay, I hope you paused it. So now, what we're going to talk about, if you didn't pause it, go back, pause it. We're going to talk about what makes that piece have a description structure, right? We know that the topic was soccer. We discussed that when I first looked at it. And then we know that paragraph 1 was all about how the game is played. So that would be a detail of soccer, describing soccer. Okay, paragraph 2. What is paragraph 2 about? Pause the video. Okay, I hope you paused it again. Paragraph 2. Paragraph 2 is all about the rules of soccer. And our last one, paragraph 3, please. This last one, pause it. Okay, hope you paused it. If you didn't, go back. Paragraph 3 is all about the clothing and equipment that soccer players wear or use. Okay, so we know that this is description because we have our topic in the center, and then we have facts, 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 all about it around it. All right, so our next one is sequence. Another word for sequence is chronological. There are 2 types of chronological. Okay, there's order, and then there's also steps. Okay, so when I think of that, we have order, sequence, time, which could be dates, or order, sequence, steps, which is like first, then, next. So do that with me. Order, sequence, time, order, sequence, steps, order, sequence, time, order, sequence, steps. Okay? And this shows you here. This one is the time with this dates, and then the steps comes right here after. So now you're going to pause it again. We're going to read the first sentence together, and then I'm going to pause it. And you're thinking about, how is this sequence? My dog is barking. How is this sequence? Here we go. Soccer is a game that has been played for numerous years. In fact, all right, pause the video, continue reading this. All right, we're going to move on. So if you did not pause it, please go back and read that. So what makes that piece have a sequence structure? What makes it have a sequence structure? Was it steps, saying first, then, next, or are there dates in there? Think, was it steps or are there dates? And is it referring to time? Hope you said dates, because you are correct. There are lots of dates in that paragraph. So if we look and we start putting it in our graphic organizer, we know that soccer started in England 800 years ago. That was one of the first things they said about the time. And then we jump to early 1800s, which they then started calling it football. And then in 1863, the rules were written for soccer. In 1904, the World Soccer Group formed, right? FIFA. You guys know that probably from video games, FIFA. So we know that was sequence because of all those dates. Sequence is usually the easiest one to find. All right, our last one we're going to talk about today is compare and contrast. Okay, what I do for this one is I simply rock back and forth and I say compare and contrast, same and different. So do that with me. Compare and contrast, same and different. Compare and contrast, same and different. Okay, we know this. You know Venn diagrams. I know you've been doing them for a long time. You have two topics. You're telling me how they're different, but also how they are alike. Okay? Here we go. Last one you're going to read. Let me move this down. So we have comparing and contrasting two different things. Let's read the first paragraph together and then pause the video and finish reading this passage. Here we go. You're thinking, what are they comparing and contrasting? What two things? Soccer and football are alike in a few ways, but have many differences. One similarity is that there are 11 players on the field at one time in both soccer and football. They are both popular sports in the United States, and they both require the use of a ball and a field. All right, pause your video, finish reading, and find the other differences in whatever those two topics are or similarities. Go. All right, if you didn't pause it, go back and finish reading before we jump to this part. So go back if you haven't finished yet. So we know now that this passage was comparing and contrasting two things. What two things were they comparing and contrasting? Think. Got it? We know they were comparing and contrasting soccer and football. Okay? Here's some things that are similar. They're both sports. They both have a ball that can be kicked, and they both have 11 players on the field. Okay? So now we're looking about how soccer is different and how football is different from each other. Okay? The ball is different on each one, right? They both have a ball, but in soccer, it's a sphere, it's a circle. And in football, it has two ends on it. The other thing is, in soccer, you call it a goal, where in football, it is called the end zone, right? That's where you score your points, either in the goal in soccer or in the end zone in football. In soccer, you don't really use your hands, where in football, you do. And then soccer, you're not allowed to tackle. You get that yellow card, right? Or that red card. Where football, tackling is allowed. Okay, so that's all we're going to do for today. So you're thinking about those three text structures you learned, okay? We learned three text structures today. Let's review. We learned description, which is facts, 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 facts. Or who, what, where, when, why, and how. Got it? We learned order, sequence, time. Order, sequence, steps. Order, sequence, time. order sequence steps. And then the last one we learned is compare and contrast, same and different. So in our next lesson, in lesson 2, after you finish all of this module, we will learn about, look at our next one, cause and effect, and problem and solution. Okay? So I will see you soonish. You'll see my face again. And right now, though, you will continue practicing with the 3 you learned today. Okay? Don't forget to go write down those 3 things you learned underneath this video.